Hello and welcome back to the In Between podcast. I'm your host, Elizabeth Cheney, and I hope you all are just doing dandy, doing fabulous, having the best day ever. I hope this message finds you well. Yes, that was an email greeting, but hey, no one's judging here at the In Between. Another week. And since we last spoke, we have shifted gears in terms of timing, daylight savings time, which again, I think that's what it's called. To be honest, I can't remember what like the two different time things are called. I almost said time zones, but that's not correct. I think this is daylight savings. Correct me if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, this is about to be a little funny and a little awkward because I'm about to talk about it for a second. But anywho, yes, daylight savings time is upon us. What that means is it's brighter in the morning and it gets dark very, very early. And I do believe most of the human population, at least here, prefers the latter, prefers the other time thing. Again, what is it? Like time change? Time change. That's probably the better way to articulate this. However, as you all know, your girl is a little bit of an oddball. I like the cold. I like the darker months, the darker times. I'm thriving. So the fact that it gets dark early, ooh, yes, I love it. I love it. I don't know why. I think it's because, at least for me and my goals, a lot of my things that I'm working on right now require focus time. Focus energy, no distractions, and long daylight distracts me because you want to go outside, you want to play. I don't know, something mentally makes me feel like I can't just cozy up in my office and work on stuff. I don't know. It's definitely me, definitely mental, but I love daylight savings time because I don't mind it getting brighter in the morning. I really don't, because I'd rather it be darker in the evening. I tend to get more done. I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of weird. And you know, another thing that I love about daylight savings time is I always feel like I'm one step ahead because you keep expecting it to be 6:30 p.m., but it's actually 5:30 p.m. Therefore, you actually have more time in the day than you thought you did. So for me, daylight savings time is just a continual feeling of being one step ahead. And you know what? I will take all that I can in terms of that mindset because, well, life is fucking hard. Who's going to argue with that? But anyways, daylight savings time, I know a lot of people are off on their routines, like schedules, sleep schedules, things like that. I know my dog is like, bitch, I'm hungry. It is 4 a.m., honey. You're not getting fed right now. So simmer down. Which, side note, I'm recording this Tuesday, comes out tomorrow, Wednesday. Today is my dog's birthday. She's 7 on the 7th, so snaps for Luna. People have been asking how's she doing. She's doing a lot better. Honestly, all that we are worrying about now and having to deal with really is just all of the beautiful side effects of the steroids. And I say beautiful extremely sarcastically. So you can just gauge how that's coming, right? Right. But daylight savings time, I'm sure my friends with kids and my listeners with kids, I'm sure your lives are a little upside down, topsy-turvy, but hang in there. It's going to be okay. Maybe what I said about viewing it as like one step ahead is going to help you. And maybe I'm putting my foot in my mouth by saying that. I have no idea because I don't have kids. So I don't know how crazy this time change is in that kind of household. So, but I love it. I mean, everyone on my team is complaining about it. I think everybody but me is complaining about it. So unless you're a fellow daylight savings fan, don't at me. I'm sorry. I do like it. I mean, think about it. I only get this time change like 4 months. You guys get the long, bright, sunny days for most of the year. Let me have my 4 months. Okay. And I was listening to a podcast that was talking about this, and it was talking about I don't even know how these surveys, quote unquote surveys, are done, but it was like, they estimated some firm did a survey that was like, businesses lose XYZ millions of dollars in productivity with daylight savings time. And I'm like, what are you measuring that by? That seems like a very, very broad survey with like, how do you detail that? The spectrum just seems like pretty far from the different angles. So I don't really know, but maybe there's some truth to it. Either way, I will sit here in daylight savings time and enjoy my life. and you can either join me or, you know, you can, I don't know. I don't know where I was going to go with that, but I love it. And one more thing to add to the whole daylight savings conversation. So I actually heard this on the podcast I was just referencing, and not that I didn't think about this before, but it's also probably safer for kids to go to school when it's not really dark outside. So, you know, there's more light in the morning. That was a really bad, cheesy metaphor anyways. So basically it's safer with the daylight in the morning. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. I'm sorry to say it. I'm only saying this because I feel like everybody but me feels this way. So anywho, daylight savings time. There we go. So we are getting queer into November. Can you believe it? Thanksgiving's like in a few weeks. Kind of crazy to think about, actually. And, you know, I am full steam ahead in betting on myself. Like I told you guys in that, 3/4 of the year check-in, that I'm working on my goals, this and this, that and that. Now that the time has changed, you know, I'm feeling a little bit more motivated. Like, and again, you know what? Side note, it is also that mentality of I'm one step ahead because the time makes me feel like it's later, but it's actually not. I'm telling you, like if you kind of shift to your perspective on it, maybe that might help you embrace it more. I don't know. Wishful thinking. But I am betting on myself. I have, like I told you, a couple of cool collaborations coming up. Well, you know what I mean. Having some guests come on the pod. I am meeting with somebody on Friday who I'm definitely going to have her on the podcast at some point, but she's going to help me with my website and some other type marketing business things. So that's exciting to think about. Yeah. So, and I went to this panel last week for financial planning, just kind of an intro to it, I guess, which I didn't realize I need an even more elementary intro into it. This was more like, I would say, mid to senior level career. I am more like just fresh out of college, entry level when it comes to personal finances. I'm kind of joking. I mean, I'm not that bad. Like when I say bad, I mean like knowledgeable. I'm not that ignorant when it comes to it, but if you were to tell me like what bullish and bearish means, I could not tell you. I'm like, they're both aggressive animals. So what does it mean if a market is bullish and a market is bearish? Great question. I would love to know the answer myself. Like I said, if you told me to go buy a stock, I would just look at you like, I don't know what that means. Like, where do you buy stocks? Do you just go buy a single stock? Like, do you say, oh, Amazon, I'm going to buy a stock of Amazon. Don't know why I said Amazon because why would they need any more stock spot? Probably because they make a lot of money. I don't know. Again, I don't know what I'm talking about. But that point being, there was a couple of people there that are panelists, and I'm going to, shoot my shot. Hey, we're living in that delusional girl era, that Delulu life, and I'm going to shoot my shot and see about having one of them come on. I mean, it does help that I was checking out her bio, and she loves empowering women to know and understand their financial freedom, financial life. So I'm like, something tells me our missions align. So we'll see. I'm manifesting it right now. I'm going to shoot my shot and see if I get her on. I'm not even going to name her because this could be really creepy if it doesn't work out. But just know that your girl is putting it out there. I may have found my financial person. And I think that she would be great on this podcast, helping all of us understand what the hell we're doing and how to save money and what is a 401k versus a Roth IRA and what is bearish and bullish mean, I won't even, we might just need to stop there. You know what I mean? Like there's just so many layers to financial intelligence and financial freedom, sure, but just knowing what to do. Like, I mean, for example, not that this has anything to do with finances, but just in terms of like WTFs, health insurance. Right now it's open enrollment time at my company. I'm sure if you work for a company that offers health benefits, because it's not universal here in America, you're probably going through something similar. And not even worth mentioning the stress that my open enrollment window was XYZ LMNOP. And then my husband's open enrollment window is like a whole week after. Okay. So my company, I'm not going to turn this into a shit talking of my company because I have more tact than that. But I'm just going to say that they did us dirty this year with benefits, like big time. And the stuff went up. Stuff meaning the premium, the price, everything. my husband's company, they pay for his benefits. So I wanted to look at the difference in the provider network, all of that, and to see like, is it better for me to get on his? I mean, I knew it was going to be cheaper, but is it crap benefits? Right. So I've been harassing him to get any kind of paperwork he can. And like, I don't know, companies are just tight-lipped about this stuff. So thankfully, I was able to like get my open enrollment window extended by like 2 days. So I could look at some paperwork that his benefits team finally sent him. His open enrollment doesn't even start for another week. So that was fun. Did a bunch of numbers, crunching this and this. And it worked out that I'm going to do his plan because it's going to be a lot more cost efficient for us. And it's pretty much the same coverage. But these are the things I just want to call out in terms of bullshit. So I've kind of barely talked, but the whole housing market search, how it all works, it's set up against you. I'm starting to feel like insurance is the same mother effing thing. So first off, why the hell is vision and dental separate from the rest of your body? Like last time I checked, your teeth were a bone. So why your eyes are, is that an organ? I actually don't know if that's an organ. I'm assuming that's an organ. I don't know. If not, what is it? Body part? But is it body? All right. Well, I just definitely showed you guys how smart I was in paying attention to like biology and life science in high school and anatomy. But I don't understand why in America we view that differently. And maybe that's every country. I have no idea, but something tells me it's probably just America because money, somehow it's all connected. But then, when I was going through all of my company's stuff and waiving the medical insurance, why the hell is like hospitalization, accidents, all these other medical things separate that you have to pay in addition to your medical coverage? Like, it's all just horseshit. It's all just horseshit. What is an FSA? What is an HSA? I don't know. I mean, I do know what they stand for, but like, I don't truly understand like what the heck. Well, I guess I kind of understand what an HSA is, but whatever. I digress. Point being, you have to pay all this money for shit coverage, and still you have to pay even additional to like the shit coverage of the medical for all the other medical needs that maybe don't fit the box of your actual medical insurance. Did I lose you? Good, because that's the point I'm trying to make. This shit makes your head spin. It makes no friggin' sense. God, it makes you want to get on a soapbox to start talking about that and big pharma and all of it. But, and on top of all that, fertility stuff's not included. That's like a separate thing that maybe if you're freaking lucky, your company buys into. So again, all of this medical healthcare stuff, that's not part of your insurance plan. I love that. I love that for me. I love that for us. So yeah, if you're listening and you understand benefits, how they work, insurance plans, all that, the 411, and how it's not a system rigged against us, I'd love to have you on and talk about it. Bring better reputation to health insurance in America. Give health insurance, health coverage in America the fighting chance it deserves. Bullshit. We know it's not that. Unless you work for some sick-ass company, most benefits suck. So, on that. And I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I mean, I am very, very grateful that I have health coverage because so many people don't because, well, this country doesn't believe in universal health care because the rich people need to stay rich, right? But I am just going to call it out that it's complete horse crap. It is. Like, again, there was like 20 different things to sign up for that were in addition to your health coverage. And I'm just like, but this is health coverage. Why is it separate? Because all those little things start to add up. Oh, you think it's just $5 here, $10 here. But then when the time you get done tackling it all, it's still like an additional $70+ on your bi-weekly check. So multiply that by 2. And that's your monthly payout to it. It's just, all I have to say is if I had stayed on my company's health insurance plan, I was going to be paying over $500 a month on health insurance. And it wasn't even good. It was basic. And it doesn't even cover everything because I wasn't going to sign up for every freaking thing. So that's fun. But you know what? At least it's daylight savings time. And like I said, if you're like almost everybody else but myself, you're probably like, damn, Liz, double whammy on the negative. Screw daylight savings and screw open enrollment. Don't know why we're starting things off so feisty and so negative, but don't worry, we're good. We're good. We're still thriving. Let's go back to talking about more positive things. So, betting on myself, as you should all too. You know, gosh, I am always plagued with, am I wasting my time with the podcast? Chasing this dream, fulfilling this dream, going after this dream, this goal to make this what I know it can be. And even though I do not have the path to get there, it's like pure blind faith in myself, which saying that out loud makes me feel slightly crazy. But I'm also like, but what else do I have other than that? I mean, sure, you get validated by other people, by reviews. Hint, hint, love those reviews. Send them my way. Give me some reviews on your favorite listening platform. But jokes aside, it doesn't matter what people say, good or bad. I mean, it does matter, but you know what I mean. But like, you have to be able to validate yourself. So, of course, I struggle with thinking I am just being a dummy and trying to be a little podcaster and a content creator and spread that love and humor, entertainment, and the fast facts about open enrollment to you guys. But there is a level of like kind of putting all my eggs in this basket. I mean, there's certain things that I've sacrificed because I'm focusing on this. But, you know, it's not called faith because it's certain, right? Faith is, I don't know the true Webster's dictionary of faith, but you got to have faith. You got to just trust the process. You got to trust in yourself. And, you know, I think the hardest part of that is the trusting in yourself. And it's like, that's the sad part. Like, why is that the hardest part? Trusting in yourself. And, you know, it is a wave, right? Like there's some times that I'm feeling great. There's sometimes I'm not doing great. I think we can all relate to that. But for the remainder of the year, I'm choosing to bet on myself. I told you guys like 3/4 check-in. I'm trying to get these goals done. I'm trying to work on the website and these cool connections and collaborations, shooting my shot with some different podcasts, which I've already done. And I've gotten some good answers. So I think there'll be some collaborations in my future. Shooting my shot with guests. I got Dr. Bhavna Singh coming on. We're going to talk about holistic health and your gut health and hormone health and fertility. I'm going to have like the girl I said this meeting up with Friday. I'm going to have her come on the pod. She is a badass marketing entrepreneur, runs her own marketing firm, and she's killing it, traveling the world, doing the damn thing. So it's like, let me get a note from your notebook and like figure out how to apply that to my life, right? So I got some cool people going on. I got some other cool people that I'm trying to pitch myself to. I've got some cool collaborations, and that's great. I'm doing it. I'm moving forward. So I'm betting on myself, and I am putting all my eggs in this basket, at least for right now. And I think that's okay. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm telling you right now that if you have been struggling with a decision, especially when it comes to following your heart and your dreams and your goals and what you, like the life that you know you can get, the life that maybe you don't quite have, but the life that you can achieve, this is for you. Put all your eggs in the damn basket. If you have too many competing baskets, if you have so many baskets, the eggs are never going to get full. You're never going to have a full meal. So at some point, you kind of do have to put all your eggs in that basket. And I want you to think of the basket as you. Whew, scary to think about. Scary to even acknowledge that, admit that. You know what I mean? But it's worth it. And I am hoping that the more we put our eggs in all that same basket, it's going to feel better. It's going to be easier to do that. But again, life is a little wave. Just kidding, it's not a little wave. It's a big wave. It's a, you know, if you've seen Clueless, like rolling with the homies, that's basically life. Rolling with the homies. You heard it here first. There's the Lisdom for you this week. On that note, though, I was thinking to myself, you know what? I want to make a vision board. So talking about all this planning, betting on ourselves, I want to make a vision board. I feel like I say that every single year, and I don't do it. I'm going to do it this year. And I'm going to do it this year. And I'm thinking, drumroll please, about maybe having a little event. So if you're local to Atlanta, in the Atlanta area, I'm probably going to be texting you, reaching out to you, being like, yo, you want to come? You want to come? But just like, I don't know, a get together, we can all talk about our goals, dreams, plans, whatever deep conversations you would like to talk about. And we can make vision boards. I can provide magazines, poster board, maybe bring your own poster board, but like scissors, glue, that kind of thing. And if there is kind of an interest in it outside of people just from Atlanta, then maybe it could also be virtual. We could live stream it. We could all do it together. Because if you're anything like me, I do better together. Although I do this podcast by myself, so that's pretty impressive. Let me just flip my hair back for you. But you know what I'm saying. Like, plus arts and crafts are fun. It's like bringing back like elementary school, middle school, high school, maybe even college, you know what I mean? Just doing the craft things. So yeah, look out for that on the Instagrams. Also look on the Instagrams because I'm going to be making some questions, some posts, some prompts for my upcoming guests. So I'd like your feedback. I'd like your insight. I want to know what you want to know. I want to know what you want to know. Like I said, especially with Dr. Bhavna Singh, like she's gonna bring a plethora of knowledge that I think all of us really want to sponge and absorb. So what are your questions? Send them my way at @betweenpod. Another thing to mention. So remember how I was like, I got my planner because I made a post. A lot of y'all wrote me with like your suggestions. Well, I got said planner and I'm not a fan. I honestly have no idea like why I got it, considering how much I hate it. It's like, I'm like, did I confuse this with another one? But I'm like, no, because I narrowed it down to like 2 and I was looking at them really closely. So I don't know what I liked about this one that made me get it, but I absolutely hate it. Hey, to each his own. So I'm not going to shit on it on the pod necessarily. If you really want to know, you can send me a message and I'll let you know. But what I don't like about it is each thing is like separate. So you have like a month section, then you have a week section, and then you have a day section. And they're all like, they're sectional versus it all being together. Like, why is it like not a month, the weeks, the week, the day, the week, the day, the week, the day, right? And then the next month, repeat. I don't like the fact that it's like in sections. I know this might make me sound mental, but when have I shied away from that? I do not like the fact that I'd have to flip from one section from the week to the day. Like, I want to be able to see my week ahead and then have like to-dos, focus points, notes, goal setting, like whatever the heck. I don't care, but I need to see the whole week. And the way they do their week, they don't even have like a Monday through Sunday or Saturday through Sunday. Like it's like all this weird goal setting stuff, and which maybe that's what made me think I should get it, but like it's not. Me no likey. That's all I gotta say. I'm not a fan. So back to the drawing board. So we are still in it with our Post-it notes. There's a lot of them on this desk. I mean, nothing's fallen through the cracks quite yet, but I need to get this planner. Maybe I shouldn't put all my eggs in the planner basket. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so we're back to the planner board, the drawing board for the planner. If that makes any sense. But that's okay. You win some, you lose some. And it is a shame. Thankfully, this wasn't like, I don't know, because sometimes planners be expensive, like $50-something, and you're just like, whoa there. You know what I mean? So thankfully, it wasn't like, it's not going to be a huge L in terms of my budget. But I mean, honestly, if somebody needs a planner that is mediocre, I'm just kidding, it may work for some people, then I have one for you, because I'd rather it not go to waste. But yeah, I'm just not into it. I'm really not into it. Yeah, I'm not. That's okay. That's okay. But anyways, you win some, like I said, and then you lose some. So I want to share a funny story that happened over the weekend. And then we'll kind of get back into a little bit of goal stuff, and then we'll close things out for today's episode. How's that sound? Okay, so I've been complaining a lot, or I don't even want to use the word complaining because that makes me feel negative and it messes with my mental state on this. But we talked about chronic pain last week, and I've been having a lot of neck issues and a lot of neck pain. It's just been driving me crazy. So I finally bit the bullet and scheduled a massage. Stan gets to go because, I mean, I'm not going to get a massage without him because homeboy's got his own issues. Why not? So we go, excuse me. And this place, like, it wasn't that it looked sketchy, not at all, but I didn't know what to expect. But this place has raving reviews. So maybe it looked a little questionable, but I'm like, between that, the fact that it looks questionable, and the mass amount of reviews that are so positive, I had really high expectations. So we get in there, and they take us to the room, and I'm like, okay, they do not care about decoration here. They do not care to make, like, not that it was dirty. It was clean, sure, but like, it was, what was I'm looking for? Like, I could just tell, like, they didn't need to show off because their talent and their skill would be enough. Like, that was the vibe I was getting. Like, they're not going to impress me with some bougie luxury looking place because their service is just going to be that exceptional. Okay. So I get on the bed, whatever, face down. The woman comes in and she is starting to really rub me, like with the elbow, like getting in it. And it was starting to be like a little like intense for me. And I can do deep tissue, but like, whoo, I mean, she was like making my body arch, like, oh, like a trigger point, like my body would, just like, reflex. Well, I feel, first off, I didn't realize it because I was like, kind of like, hey, like in like a Zen, like, state, meditative state, because it felt like it was pain, but it was good pain. So I feel a shift on the bed and I'm trying, like, I don't feel her other than like her massaging me, but I'm trying to understand, like, given how she's rubbing me, like I'm on my stomach, my face is down, but she's like rubbing me, my shoulders and stuff from the back versus the front. And this woman, like, I did see her when she came in, like, she's smooth. She's a very small person. And I'm starting to think, wait a second, is she straddling me? Because that was the only way she had to have been sitting to be doing what she was doing, as strong as she was doing it. Because there's no way she was like leaning across my body to do this, because I would have felt that. I didn't feel it. That's why I was like sitting there. And then all of a sudden I feel her knee shift and it was like next to my rib cage. And I was like, okay, yeah, she's straddling me. She's definitely straddling me. Didn't weird me out. Did not weird me out. Because like, I know sometimes like some like sketchy looking massage parlors, not that this was sketchy looking. I want to stress that, but sketchy looking massage parlors could, front as possibly something else, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, hint, hint, eyebrow raise. So it wasn't like that. I wasn't like getting creeped out or anything, but I was just like, oh, she's straddling me. Okay, no big deal. Well, then partway through the massage, I can tell she's standing up, and she is standing up on the massage bed, and all of a sudden she is on my back. It felt amazing, like absolutely amazing. But all of a sudden, the most stereotypical like massage thing I've ever thought possible was happening to me, and I didn't know how to take it. But I was just like, okay, just please don't break my effing back, right? So I was like a little bit more alert during that time. Next time I go, because there will definitely be a next time, I'm not going to care. I'm going to say, I don't care if you plow me with a concrete truck. Just do whatever you did last time, honey. Like, that was just chef's kiss. So homegirl is walking all over me. I'm feeling some kind of way, in the best way, but I'm just like, damn, I have never had a massage this amazing before. And an hour and a half later, $100 for 90 minutes, by the way, which is a friggin' steal. So if you are in the Atlanta area, I will give you that. I will give you the name. I'll just give it to you now. It's called I Heart Massage. I think technically it's like I Love Massage, but the logo is like I with a heart. So I don't know if Google translates a heart as into heart or as into love, but it's called I Love Massage, and it's in Decatur. Oh my gosh. So I made a TikTok about it because like it was just an experience. Man, like felt like I had been hit by a truck in the most amazing fucking way. And I made a TikTok and people were like, oh, that's a Thai massage. So, and I Googled it, apparently the walking on your back, that is a Thai massage. So it was amazing. And as me and Stan got finished, I was like, did she walk on your back? Did your girl like walk on your back? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh my God. And like, we both were like, yeah, our backs were like cracking in the best way, blah, blah, blah. I look up and there's literally bars on the ceiling. So, I mean, I didn't catch that when I first walked in, but I also wasn't looking for bars on the ceiling. So there's that. But these chicks were so set up. They were set up to just hold on and just bring you to relaxation heaven, I guess. So there's that. But let me tell you something. I feel so much better. Of course, it didn't cure all my pain. I mean, I wish, but it was so needed. And I just want to say, I know we can't all afford luxury things. I mean, shit, I know I can't half the time, but sometimes we need them. Like, I can't give myself a massage. I wish I could, but I can't. And my injuries, my pain needed it. And I am so glad I did it. Again, $100 for 90 minutes. You can't make that up. But the pain that I was feeling, it is so subsided. It is so much quieter. It's so much like more mute than it was. I don't know. It's already, I can already tell, like we're just a couple of days past and I can already tell it's made my work days better. I've gotten more accomplished. Like it's just, and again, it's just worth saying like how much chronic pain can derail you and take you down, so to speak. So take care of yourself, girlies. Take care of yourself. Take the massage if you need it. Get the haircut if your hair is down to your ass and you're tired of sitting on it. Like just don't deny yourself what you may deem as a luxury or nice to have, because you know what? There's a will, there's a way. And in this case, I found a banging ass massage place that was a banging good price, and poof, it got me over the hump, got me through the pain. So I told Stan, I was like, I'm gonna start going here like every 3 to 4 weeks and do it more routinely, because I actually feel like if I do that on top of like how much I work out and things like that, it's gonna help the chronic pain. So to each his own, but that's my 2 cents on that. So yeah, it's been a week. Benefits are expensive, but we are betting on ourselves, babies. We are betting on ourselves so hard, and it's a good feeling. It's a scary feeling, and it's a feeling that I'm sure will also induce some anxiety, because imposter syndrome, hello, but it is something that is worth doing. So I'm going to end today's episode just saying, a lot can happen in the rest of the year. We have like a little over a month and a half. Keep crushing your goals, your ambitions, your dreams, your plans. Don't take no to heart. If you get told no in a job interview, you get told no on this or that, whatever. One door closes, another one will open. Maybe sometimes 5 doors have to close, but one is eventually going to open. And just don't lose sight of that. Don't lose sight of you and what your worth is and what you deserve. Go after it. Bet on yourself. Put all the eggs in that damn basket. And you know what? Let me just give you a few examples of that. So for me, all the eggs in my basket is betting on the podcast and the growth I want to get with it, at least for the remainder of the year and into the next year. Putting all your eggs in one basket could be like, all right, I want to look for a new job. I also want to find a house. And I promise this is not life imitating art in my discussion points here. But that's a lot of stuff. Looking for a job, like they always say that is like a full-time job. And looking for a house, I can tell you right now, like that is just, I don't know the word, but let's just say negative. That's a lot of bandwidth, a lot of mental focus, a little mental bandwidth. Maybe it doesn't make sense for you to do both. Okay. So you put all your eggs in one basket you're just going to focus on looking for a job right now. And maybe that's just for 2 weeks. Maybe that's just for a month. Doesn't have to like do it for the indefinite 3 months, 6 months, whatever future. A week, 2 weeks, whatever. But don't stretch yourself too thin, and understand it's okay to prioritize big goals, big tasks. Even though your mind may be saying, you got to do it all at once, because that's definitely what I struggle with. And I know that's definitely an ADHD thing, but it's also just an achiever thing. It's just a person with dreams and goals and ambitions and expectations within themselves. And that's not necessarily wrong. Sure, all of those things I just said can turn to a toxic spin eventually, but they're not bad to have. And when they do turn toxic, well, most often your mental health's going to go with it. And then you can reassess and change and rewind, right? Right. So bet on yourself, put all your eggs in whatever basket it is. Understand that you can't do everything, but you, at least not all at once. You can't have it all at once, but you can have it all intermittently. And it's just about finding your flow, finding what works for you and your systems. I talked about productivity hacks last week. So, and if I can talk about productivity hacks, maybe there's something to be said about what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, I actually don't know what I mean by saying that. I guess what I'm saying is, if I'm confident enough to share what's working for me, even if it's on a small scale, I'm just saying, bet on yourself, babes. We're all works in progress, always, even when we land the job, even when we find the house, even when the podcast strikes gold and you've got thousands of downloads per episode. We're still a work in progress. There is beauty in that, there is frustration in that, and there is everything in between. So understand the ebbs and flows. It's just part of life. Ebbs and flows of yourself, ebbs and flows of just everything. So on that note, I'm going to let you go. So on that note, I'm going to let you go. That was a very weird transition into letting you go. But I love you all so much. I know life is just overwhelming, to say the least, with decisions and choices and what if we do this and what if it's the wrong choice and why didn't I buy a house in 2008? Oh yeah, because I was in high school. But with the ebbs and flows, there is doors that are going to open. And you have to trust that. So my words to leave you by this week until we get to meet again, unless you're following me on social media, then you get to hear from me all the time. But bet on yourself, trust yourself, put all your eggs in your basket, put all your eggs in the you basket because you're worth it. Doesn't mean you're going to fail. And there also doesn't mean that if you slip up or you do make mistakes or it doesn't work out the way you wanted to, it doesn't mean it's not going to take you down a path that's going to lead you right to where you want to be. Or, spoiler alert, even better, it leads you to a door that you didn't even know existed and gives you more than you could have ever dreamed of. That is magical. And that's what I choose to believe in, and that's what I want you to as well. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope this episode brought you energized and screw open enrollment and bullshit health insurance. But also, I am humbled, thank you gosh, that I haven't. But more importantly, trust you, babe. Love you, babe. Believe in you, babe. And it's all going to work out. I promise. I freaking pinky promise. This is me pinky promising you. Okay? Awesome. All right. Well, so on that note, if you would like to leave me some love on the Instagrams, you can follow me at in.betweenpod. Don't forget, I'm going to be making posts related to my upcoming guests. So I really do want your feedback, your advice. Well, I don't know why I need your advice. Hey, I'll take your advice any day of the week. So if you got some advice you want to give, just drop it in my messages, drop it in my DMs. I could use it. But side note, if you have any questions or things that you would like advice on related to my special guests, please follow me so you can see my prompts and help, develop the conversation from there. You can follow me on my personal at Elizabeth Cheney _. You can find me on TikTok at The In Between Podcast and on YouTube, The In Between Podcast, which side note, I don't do any kind of marketing on there other than like my episode, right? And the tags, keywords, all that kind of shit. And I got a little pop. I got some pops on it. So that's kind of exciting. So if you're listening or watching on YouTube, thanks for the love. And if you're not, well then, welcome to the podcast, new listeners. All right. On that note, I'm going to peace out. I'm going to go walk my dog on her birthday. She's 7 on the 7th. I think that's, there's some luck to that, right? Lucky little lady. And I, again, hope you all have a fabulous rest of your week. Don't hate daylight savings too much because I don't want it to go away. And I will catch you next week on an all new In Between. So stay tuned for more. Follow me on social media to see what else is going on in my world. And remember, another thing to say about the vision board party presentation. I'm kind of toying with that idea, so would love to know if you're interested, and if so, we'll get it going. But until then, I hope you have the best week. I love you all so much. You're all amazing people. I'm so lucky to get to do this and talk to you and hopefully empower you because I know you guys inspire me. So until then, I'll see you next Wednesday. I'm Elizabeth. Bye.